Welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, November 17th, and I'm your host, Kristen McDonald. It's great to have you with us as we end another week here in Norwood. This week on Norwood News, the Norwood High field hockey team keeps it rolling. Special town meeting kicks off. But first, the Veterans Day ceremony was held at the Norwood Town Common last Saturday. The Director of Veteran Services, Ted Mulvihill, and the keynote speaker, Dennis Hill, both explained the importance of Veterans Day.
Well, today we celebrated Veterans Day here in Norwood, 2023 version. It's an annual event. Everybody thinks it's a town event, but actually, Veterans Day celebrations in Norwood go back to 1919, and they were established by the Norwood American Legion Post. So this is actually an American Legion function, and we request permission from the town to have a parade, have these ceremonies, and honor our town's veterans. And today, the weather cooperated. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I think it went very well. It was nicely attended. You know, it's important that we hold the event every year because we need to remember and recognize the service Norwood's men and women who wore our country's uniform. Memorial Day is a little different. It's more somber because we're honoring those who have passed away. 4th of July is a big birthday parade, which is great. You know, we're honoring America. But Veterans Day, we get an opportunity to walk up to a fellow veteran and say thank you. Shake their hand and say, listen, we know what you did. We appreciate what you did on our behalf. Thank you for your service, and thank you very much. So that's important. I think the kids, you know, I love, there's my granddaughter over there. You know, I mean, we get to educate our children because they're our future. We want them to understand and find out and learn about today's event, what it means to their parents, what it means to their grandparents, to their family members who served. We want to instill in them a sense of America, a sense of patriotism that they'll grow up with. I'd like to thank my family for the great support that they've given me over these many years. I've been honored to serve in this position for almost 25 years, and it's been a joy to work for the town, to work for my brothers and sister veterans, and just the town of Norwood in general. It's a great honor for me to help those who helped us enjoy the freedoms that we have today. So I'd just like to say thank you to them. And I can tell you one thing, that if you look up a Vietnam veterans for definition in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of our keynote speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, my distinct honor to introduce to you our Norwood man, Dennis Paul Hill.
When I was asked by Teddy, at first I hemmed and hawed, but I did accept to do it. I've never spoken before, and the last thing I want to do is speak about myself. That's why I wanted to write the speech and talk about what Veterans Day is, so people know. Well, it's good to educate all of the people involved and our future generation. They need to know what's going on, especially at this time in our lives. Just the camaraderie. I've always loved the camaraderie. I missed that so much when I first came home. And it's been so long. I mean, not today, but this year I've become a member of the Norwood DAV for 52 years. So that's a big thing. And we always want to see all the veterans and talk to them. I'm always looking for paratroopers around here to join the organization and everything, and I love communicating with the veterans. I've been the national secretary for the New England chapter for 30 years, so we're always looking for more members and to get that camaraderie ship back.
Thanks so much for your participation and presence today. Thank you to Norwood Community Media for their continuing coverage. Your home for all things Norwood. We appreciate you all. God bless these United States. God bless the town of Norwood. God bless America, and God bless you all. Happy Veterans Day.
Special town meeting was held on Monday night, and NCM caught up with town meeting moderator Jerry Slater to recap the night and what is on the horizon for night 2.
Day 1 is in the books of town meeting. We approved the entire capital budget, which was divided into 6 motions, so that was pretty exciting, including a very large expenditure for new water tanks, which will serve the town well. We also had a series of bylaw changes to lead off the meeting. One, abolished basically the PBCC in favor of the building department running projects for the town from now on. We also revised some town meeting rules. One in having to do with the method of voting. So I'm very excited that we will be bringing electronic voting to town meeting at some time in the future. And a great debate on the size of town meeting, slight reduction. The number of members will remain the same, but the percentage from 1.5% to 1.25% of registered voters. So all in all, a very productive night. First night, we'll be coming back on Thursday, and we'll see what night 2 brings. In particular, we have a number of articles having to do with the schools. I think everybody knows that Dr. Thompson is leaving. We're going to have an article on the superintendent search. We're also going to have an article on a student services study that the school department would like to do, and a new social emotional program pilot for the elementary schools as well. So that will be some of the highlights of Thursday night at town meeting.
When Norwood News returns, we learn about a new boutique here in town. The Recreation Department is getting ready for the holiday season, and Ron Marshalsea updates us on the Cinderella field hockey season.
You know the holidays are approaching when it is time to announce the annual Friends of St. Nick Luncheon. This will be their 32nd luncheon, and this year's St. Nick honoree is Bobby Conrad. Bobby is the owner of Conrad's Restaurant and has been a fixture in the Norwood and Walpole communities since the early 90s. He has quietly shown so many people his incredible kindness and generosity. Football is his passion, and he coached at Norwood High for over 10 years. 15 years as the president of Walpole Youth Football Program, and is currently the defensive coordinator at Dover-Sherburne High School. Conrad has organized golf tournaments that have raised over $50,000 for scholarships in memory of his childhood friend, Brad Wheeler, and $125,000 in memory of his former Mustang, Danny Reen. He is a constant supporter of local charities, schools, and families in need of assistance, and the Friends of St. Nick are pleased to honor him on Friday, December 8th at 12 p.m. Norwood Community Media will be broadcasting this event live on our community channel and streaming it live on our website. If you miss it, we will rebroadcast all through the holiday season. The 32nd Annual Friends of St. Nick Luncheon honoring Bobby Conrad, Friday, December 8th, live right here on Norwood Community Media, your home for all things Norwood.
Looking for that unique gift for someone special, or how about something special for yourself? Well, we found the place for you. Head on down to the Cove, located on 935 Washington Street.
13 years ago, Holly Daniels Christensen, founder and owner of Dune Jewelry & Co. and the Cove here in Norwood, took a hobby to the next level, never dreaming it would take off the way it did.
Dune Jewelry was started at my kitchen table in 2010, which is crazy to think about. So we're coming up on our 13-year anniversary. I began making jewelry using sand and earth elements from Cape Cod, so like sand and shells and seagrass and anything I could get my hands on that captured a memory of Cape Cod, because that's where I grew up. And then over the years, people were like, oh, can I send in sand from Bermuda, or crushed granite from the Rocky Mountains, or soil from the Appalachian Trail, all these different things. And I would always say, yeah, why not? We'll give it a shot. Ashes, people send in ashes now, which is really sentimental. And basically every single piece is handcrafted right here in Norwood and carries memories for people. So what it means is you could send in your own sand or earth elements that are sentimental to you, or you can choose from our sand bank, which is right here in the studio, and it holds over 5,000 sands and earth elements from all over the world. Dubai, Italy, the Greek islands, the West Coast, the East Coast, even Namibia. We have desert sand, sand from Sedona, Arizona. So all these little jars of sand really are someone's memories and experiences. So we like to say that we're experiential jewelry. My childhood best friend has, she used to make these little ornaments out of beach sand, and I would go to arts and craft shows and sell them and help her with that business. And then, because she loved the making part, but she didn't love the selling part, and I like all of it. So then we decided to take a jewelry class at Metalworks in Waltham. And we took a few jewelry making classes there, and really from there it just catapulted where it became such a passion of mine. I would sit at my kitchen table just making jewelry for friends and family, and ultimately my best friend decided to stay home, raise her boys. I launched Dune Jewelry, but it all came full circle 2 years ago because she opened our first brick and mortar in Harwichport.
Each piece is custom made, and Dune Jewelry is looking at unique avenues to expand its reach across the globe.
Everything is custom made to order. So essentially you can choose a silhouette that you love, but then we're gonna fill it with your elements. And if you're like, oh, I just like the design, I don't really have a sentimental place or anywhere I want to capture, then we can do power stones like turquoise, lapis, malachite, amethyst. We can do those types of things too. So it doesn't always have to be sand or earth elements, although those stones come from the earth too. We can just make you a really pretty piece of jewelry that you can customize.
Holly's eyes light up when she talks about her small but mighty team.
Oh my gosh, we have the best team. So there's around 25 of us between marketing, finance, production, packaging, shipping, and now the Cove out front.
In 2023, Holly opened the Cove at 935 Washington Street, giving Norwood its own special place to shop. When visiting the Cove, you'll meet Rachel, a self-described retail therapist.
The Cove is a little jewel box of gifts and jewelry that it's one of those places where we carry everything you just didn't think you need, but you definitely need.
My name is Rachel Dwyer, and I am the boutique manager here at the Cove. Some also call me their retail therapist.
Rachel aims to find that perfect item for everyone who walks through the door. Rachel and Holly make sure the products they offer come from businesses that share similar values.
Oh my gosh, I do so much research. I research market trends, and I also research up and coming businesses. What I really want is a product that you can feel good about. Now, when you go into retail, when you open up a gift shop, they tell you not to try to be everything for everyone. They tell you to find your niche, but I want to do both. I want to find something for everyone and be able, like, if you walk in off the street, I want you to be able to come in here and be able to connect with something, or, you know, find something for someone that you love. I fully stock the Cove, so if I, find a product that I want to carry, I'll go over it with Holly, or if Holly wants a product in here, we'll go over it together and we'll just research and make sure it's something that we want to support, because I truly believe that everything that I put into the Cove, I want it to be something that I would feel good about purchasing, and so you can leave here feeling great about purchasing it.
Dune Jewelry and the Cove are excited to be putting roots down in Norwood. They love the strong sense of community and the welcome they've received.
So I live in Walpole, and I love the sense of community that Norwood, Walpole, this whole area has. And we were so lucky when this particular building came up on the market. They had multiple bids, but I had put in an offer, and I wanted it so bad. You know how like you don't want to hope so much, but I wanted the building so bad, specifically because it is in Norwood. The community is so strong, and luckily I wrote a letter to the seller and sent a picture of my family explaining that we're a small business, and he chose to sell the building to us. So now we're putting down roots.
What started as making some jewelry at a kitchen table has turned into so much more. A dream has come true, and it is continuing to grow.
So proud to be part of the Norwood community. I'm a mom of 2 girls. I started at my kitchen table, so this is all a dream come true. No investors, none of that. We're a bootstrap business. And it's just exciting to be welcomed, and I just hope everyone stops in, and I also hope people are communicating with us in the sense of like, we love this, but you should carry this, and this is a brand I want to see in the Cove. Like, we want to be the place that you can just walk in and you know you're going to get the perfect gift, either for someone else or for yourself. We very much believe in self-purchase, self-care, self-love. So if you're having a bad day, you can come on in. Rachel's your retail therapist. She'll come in and tell you exactly what you need.
To learn more about Dune Jewelry in the Cove, please visit their websites.
With the holiday season quickly approaching, the Recreation Department has been busy planning some fun holiday favorites.
Hey Norwood, Sam White here, Assistant Director at the Norwood Recreation Department, coming to you with some updates on our upcoming holiday events. First of all, we have our annual holiday extravaganza at the Town Common on November 26th. We will be having horse-drawn carriage rides, face paintings, hot chocolate, s'mores. It's going to be a fun day for everybody. And of course, we're going to get greeted by Santa and Mrs. Claus. Next, we have our holiday New York City bus trip on December 2nd. The bus will leave here at 5:30 a.m. and we will return here around 11 p.m. as the bus will leave 6 p.m. From New York City. After that, we do have our holiday Breakfast with Santa here at the Civic Center Gymnasium on December 9th. We will be visited by Santa and Mrs. Claus once again with a nice warm breakfast in the morning, and we hope that you want to stay to get your picture taken with them as well. And we hope you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, and we can't wait to see you during the holiday season.
Now let's toss it over to Ron Marshalsea with sports.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your Sports Update. The football team hosted Middleborough last Friday night, but did not get the win despite their best efforts in this suspenseful overtime game. Drew Bartuca got the Mustangs' first score of the night, diving to the goal line. Matty Mahoney found Brian Dearborn for a touchdown to put the Mustangs up heading into the half, and for another score with 4 minutes left in the game. Middleborough scored first in overtime and got the 2-point conversion. Then Mahoney found Connor Curran for their overtime touchdown, but they couldn't convert the 2 points. The Mustangs will be going up against the Dedham Marauders for the 94th time next Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, right here at NHS. Kickoff at 10 o'clock. The field hockey team continues to prove why they are the number 2 seed with wins in the quarterfinal and semifinal matchups. The Mustangs took down the visiting Doherty at home 3-0 and faced number 3 seeded Somerset Berkeley in the Final Four, getting the win 2-1 and advancing to the state championship. Ava Hines scored the first goal in the Doherty game, with Shay Larkey adding 2 more. The 2 goals in the Somerset Berkeley game were by Morgan Nauman and Emily Spadorsha. This team is on an absolute roll and have 1 more game left. The state final game will take place at WPI against Reading Memorial this Saturday, the 15th. As of recording this sports update, we do not know the time at which the game will be played, but follow NCM, Norwood Athletics, as well as the field hockey team on social media to find out when the game at WPI against Reading will take place. And a huge congratulations to Olivia Lodge and Paige Barnett on signing their NLIs to compete at the collegiate level. Olivia will be heading to Akron University to play lacrosse, and Paige is going to St. Michael's College to play soccer. More congratulations are due as the cheerleading team has qualified for states after they competed at the MSAA South Regionals this past Sunday. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
NCM will be live on Thanksgiving when Norwood hosts Dedham for their 94th meeting over the past 103 years. Both the Mustangs and the Marauders look to bring home the Frank Wall Sal Toti Trophy this Thanksgiving, November 23rd, kickoff at 10 o'clock.
The Board of Selectmen met on Tuesday and were joined by Chief Brooks and Chief Bailey of the Norwood Police and Fire Departments to present their monthly updates. Chief Brooks introduced the 2 newest officers of the Norwood Police Department to the board, and both gave a brief introduction of themselves.
If you'd like to introduce yourselves and maybe talk about your journey and how you got here, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Ryan Johnson, class of 2017 at Norwood. I attended Massachusetts Maritime Academy directly after. I majored in emergency management and minored in Homeland Security. After that, I worked at National Grid for a few years, but my heart always laid with law enforcement, so I decided to take the test. Chief Brooks hired me, and here we are.
Excellent. Good. Great.
Hi, I'm Bryn Garzinski. I'm also a 2019 Norwood High School graduate. I went to Southern New Hampshire University, where I majored in criminal justice and a minor in psychology. I was also a student athlete at the university. I played softball. And then after that, I graduated. I've always wanted to be a police officer. I got into the process pretty early, and then I got hired, and I'm very grateful to be working in the town that I grew up in.
The Zoning Board of Appeals met on Tuesday and held 4 public hearings, which were all approved by the board. The next Zoning Board of Appeals meeting will be on Tuesday, December 5th. The school committee met Wednesday night at the Savage Center. The meeting began with an appearance by Paul Riccardi, who gave the facility's quarterly budget update. Coakley principal, Dr. Frasick, appeared seeking 2 votes of approval. First, the Coakley's annual 8th grade field trip to DC, and the second being programming decisions to incorporate the 5th graders that will be attending the new middle school. Both agenda items were voted to be approved unanimously. Karen Sheridan had the rundown on multiple budget reports and updates. The committee discussed the elementary school space analysis, and Kate Siving-Dunn and Dave Hiltz shared the majority of the participants in the superintendent search committee.
So just kind of talking about welcoming grade 5 in, so adding grade 5, we wanted to give them more access to specialists, more diverse content time, while still kind of remaining that elementary feel. Working with the grade 5 teachers, they were more interested in a 4-teacher team than a 2, which we had sort of originally talked about. However, they would still have sort of a homeroom teacher that's their primary educator, that's their go-to person, their parents' go-to person, the same way that they have now. But would allow for some more specialized instruction in math and reading. I believe in most of the elementaries now, I know I have an elementary person over here who can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they already like change for reading groups and things like that, and sometimes for math as well, just to allow a little bit more diversity in that. And then I'm not going to lie, my social studies and science department chairs and teachers are very excited because now they would actually have time and space for social studies and science every other day. So like social studies and science and social studies and science, that does not happen quite as consistently right now at that level. But using the 4-teacher team and having actual science classrooms for all grade 5s would allow for a little bit more of that. We have made it so that students would have STEM and computers as additional essential arts classes to what they have now. And then an introduction to world language that we're still kind of toying with what we want that to look like, but we dedicated some time for that within the schedule. All right. So this is what a grade 5 schedule would look like. So they sort of have 6 blocks as well. And what's, this is me writing it as a person doing the master schedule, not necessarily as how a 5th grade teacher might write it. But so we blocked out what we knew that they needed to have, which was writing, reading, math, science, and social studies. So the 5th grade teachers, as they, we'll talk about next steps, as they work together, would really create that piece of the schedule. What would be part of the master schedule for all would be that you could see block 4, they would have a special, block 5, they would have a special on that A day, on that B day, it's block 1 and block 2. For any of you who I've talked about rotating schedules before, and if you experience one, it's really hard to describe and show on a spreadsheet, but essentially it just dedicates time. And some things that were really important was making sure that our grade level teachers all have common planning time every single day. So currently right now in the middle school, every teacher has common planning 1 time a day and they have a prep 1 time a day, because those are 2 very different things. And we wanted to maintain that they had common planning time, which means all grade 5 teachers have 1 block off at the same time. Their second time, which is their prep, does not have to be at the same time, because I don't need to prep at the same time as the other teacher, but it was really important that we had 1 at the same time. Just kind of dig into the trimesters here. So you see this is 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, sort of that same idea of where do we put these different specials at. And then we kind of dig into what we are putting in each one. And the numbers that you see, if you look at the different charts on the right-hand side of the screen where it says like art/wellness 3090, that's the number of classes that they would have. Because what we wanted to look at was how many sessions. We want to make sure that we weren't losing the number of sessions that they had previously had. And we were actually able to add sessions to just about every subject area across the 4 years. So some years might have less than they currently have now, but when looking across all 4 years, the total number of classes in all the essential arts increased. So you can see like wellness, it was important, we thought, for our youngest kiddos, our 5th and our 6th grade, to both have wellness for the entire year. And in this case, they would have it every other day. How we do it, we have one health for every 2 gym classes, and they kind of rotate between those. Music every other day for the entire year.
The school committee will meet again on Wednesday, December 6th. The NHS Hall of Fame induction ceremony will take place Saturday, November 25th this year. President Brian McDonough has all the information and recaps the honorees.
Hello, my name is Brian McDonough, President of the Norwood High Athletic Hall of Fame. As we head into the holiday season, I would like to invite everyone to our Hall of Fame induction. The Hall of Fame induction will take place on Saturday, November 25th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, here at Norwood High School. It is free and open to everyone in the community, so we'd love to see you come and support some of these athletes. We have 5 outstanding individuals going into this year's induction. A little bit about each one of these athletes who are going into this year's induction ceremony. From the class of 1981, Joe Travers. Joe is an outstanding football player on the 2nd Norwood High Super Bowl team. He was a Bay State Conference All-Star, Boston Herald All-Scholastic, Boston Globe All-Scholastic. In addition to being an outstanding football player, he was also an outstanding track athlete. In track, Joe was nominated by Hall of Fame coach Joe Catchpole, where he was a Bay State Conference champion, competing in many events on the indoor and outdoor track team. Denise Carroll Flaherty. Denise was an outstanding field hockey player, Boston Globe All-Scholastic, Boston Herald All-Scholastic, Transcript Player of the Year, tournament qualifier for both field hockey and softball, MIAA South Sectional Division I Tournament, #1 seed. Just a tremendous athlete who really helped out both the field hockey and softball team. From the class of 1998, Caitlin Mullane O'Toole. Caitlin was a Bay State Conference All-Star, Boston Herald All-Scholastic, team MVP, and a career assist leader and career steal leader for basketball. Also a member of the soccer team, where she was a Daily Transcript All-Star, twice an MVP for the team. From the class of 2002, Dave Rextalis. Dave's contribution in basketball were immense. He was a Bay State League All-Star 3 times, Player of the Year his senior year, Transcript Newspaper All-Star 4 times, McDonald's All-American Team nominee, Boston Herald All-Scholastic, as well as a team captain on the track team. His big contribution to the basketball team, making it to the semifinals, and both captain in both his junior and senior year. Again, a great candidate, and congratulations to Dave. Ryan Henry from the class of 2006. I was fortunate enough to be around seeing Ryan participate in both 3 sports, actually, cross country, hockey, and lacrosse. He was a goalie for the hockey team and was an outstanding player. Hobie Baker Sportsmanship Award, Globe and Herald All-Scholastic his senior year, and was really one of the key contributors to the success of the Norwood High lacrosse program as it was starting during his sophomore year. And he really contributed to make that a strong team. Currently, he is coaching in New Hampshire, and we are thrilled to have him as part of our Hall of Fame induction. So the 5 outstanding candidates that will be coming this year. And again, we'd like to invite the public to come and support them. It is on November 25th, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, here at Norwood High School at 1 o'clock in the auditorium. You're welcome to come in at noontime and have some refreshments and meet some of the inductees. Love to see you there, and it's a great way to start the holiday season. And for those that can't make it, please join us on Norwood Community Media. We'll be played live and streamed. You'll have an opportunity for all those out around the town and around the community, as well as across the country, to see this show. It will also be available on demand at a later date. On behalf of the Hall of Fame Athletic Committee, please join us on Saturday, November 25th. Doors open at 12. The ceremony will begin at 1. Please come and help celebrate this event for the new inductees for the class of 2023.
Our friends at the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds announced their 16th annual toy drive for this holiday season. Kiki Thaxter has all the details.
The Norfolk County Register of Deeds announces the 16th annual Toys for Tots drive. Donations of new toys and games for toddlers and children up to age 10 can be brought directly to the Norfolk County Registry of Deeds building, located at 649 High Street in Dedham. Starting Monday, November 20th to Friday, December 8th at 10 a.m., a marked donation bin will be set up in the lobby, which is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. For more information on the toy drive, call 781-234-3305.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're going to leave you with a list of upcoming events happening in Norwood. As always, thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend.